Hello and welcome back to another episode of TWIG, and earlier this week it was exactly 1 year since Galaxite first went live to the public, which is pretty cool, but it's not the only cool thing because also Galaxite Season 4 is coming out in less than a week, and there's also some pretty strange things going on in the hub currently, so yeah, it's really exciting, so let's get into the video. So, as always, I'll start off by putting the changelogs for this week's update on the screen now, so you can pause the video and read them if you want. So, the new items in the shop this week are the legendary Beekeeper avatar, the epic Gamer Green avatar, the rare Foxtail avatar, the legendary Cyborg McQuack avatar, the rare Snow Foxtail avatar, and the epic Puppy Boy Evo avatar. So, on the 24th of June 2020, Galaxite first became live to the public for pre-release server tests, and exactly 1 year on Thursday the 24th of June 2021, Galaxite celebrated by having a 5 times XP day, where you would get 5 times more XP than normal. So, in the past, Galaxite have had plenty of double XP weekends and double XP leading up to a new season, but there'd never been any XP events that have been more than just double, so 5 times XP is quite a lot. If you did play during the 5 times XP, then you've probably got quite a lot of XP from it, because yeah, it was sort of the perfect time to try and grind to get more XP, especially since we're getting towards the end of the season, so you want to try and get as many things from the battle pass as you can, maybe more prestiges, before you lose the chance forever. So yeah, I did play quite a bit of Core Wars during the 5 times XP because I'm quite close to the next prestige and I want to try and get there before the end of the season, and the 5 times XP was a huge help for that. But don't worry if you missed the 5 times XP day, or you still need a little bit more XP to get to where you want to in the battle pass before the end of the season, because Galaxite are also doing 2 times XP up until season 4 comes out on July the 1st, so you can still get more XP than normal up until the end of the season. So there's one more thing I'd like to quickly mention about Galaxite's birthday and the extra XP, because in the message about it, in the changelogs, it says, due to unforeseen circumstances happening to Boron City, on-server birthday celebrations will be on hold until July 23rd, which is when Season 1 was released. Be sure to check out what we have planned on that day. So it begins by talking about unforeseen circumstances in Boron City. So I'm guessing that Boron City is just the name of the city in Galaxite's hub. Before I just thought it was called like Neon City or something, because that's the name of a Hyperaces map and a Fill the Gaps map that is sort of similar. But yeah, I guess that we now know that it's called Boron City. And then the unforeseen circumstances, I'm going to talk about that in a bit, because there's a bunch of strange things going on in the hub. But yeah. But then it talks about the birthday celebrations being on hold until July 23rd. But yeah, I think that sort of makes sense because July 23rd, 2020 was when Galaxite was sort of officially released. It was when Season 1 came out. Because June 24th, which is what we've just celebrated with the 5 times XP, was just when the server's pre-release started, not when the server was officially released. So it makes sense that Galaxite want to do the on-server birthday celebrations on the 1 year anniversary of the official release, rather than just the pre-release. And they've also said they've got something planned for that day, for the 23rd of July. So yeah, I think there's going to be some sort of birthday celebrations on the server. So yeah, I guess that's something to look forward to, and I'm quite excited for it. So now it's time to talk about the unforeseen circumstances happening to Boron City that were mentioned in the changelogs. So basically, there's some pretty strange things going on in the hub that started last week, but there's even more things going on this week. So I'll start off with things that happened last week that I mentioned in last week's video. So there's some magma appearing at the bottom of the buildings in the hub. It looks like it's coming up. And then also the big portal at the front of the hub was getting smaller. Now this week the portal is even smaller. It's like barely there anymore. And also the magma that is at the bottom of the hub is now much higher up. It's much higher up on the buildings. So yeah, it's come up even more. So now I'm going to talk a bit about what I think the magma rising and the portal closing means. And to do it, I'm going to talk a bit about what happened at the end of Season 2. So yeah, basically back at the end of Season 2, the portal started sucking in the whole hub. and it revealed inside the hub there was magma, and it was like the magma was taking over the old hub, and we ended up escaping the old hub through the portal to the new hub. And yeah, I think the same magma that was in the old hub potentially taking over the old hub, and we needed to escape the old hub. Potentially that magma is taking over the new hub, and we need to try and escape it as well. But the problem is the portal is closing, so we can't escape through the portal. So yeah, that's sort of what I think is happening with the magma and the portal. So you also might remember from the end of season 2 that Orby left the parkour and went over to the portal, and it was Orby that went through the portal first, I'm pretty sure. And it was like Orby was leading us through into the new hub. And at the start of season 3, it said in the changelogs, Orby has brought us along to explore this new world. So Orby was the one that brought us through into the new hub. Potentially, Orby was trying to save us from the magma in the old hub, so it was bringing us to safety in the new hub. And I also think that Orby is trying to save us from the magma right now as well, because this week Orby moved away from the parkour, so you can't do the Orby parkour anymore. But yeah, it's moved to the side of a building, and it looks like he's firing something out of his eyes. Yeah, laser eyes, I don't know, but I think it might be water, and Orby is trying to stop the magma by firing water out at it. So yeah, Orby I think is also trying to save us from the magma in the current hub as well. But there is also another thing that is much more important, that is much bigger, that is going trying to save us from the magma. Yeah, it is the most important thing, but I have saved it until last because yeah, it is the biggest thing, the biggest change in the hub, and that is that there is an evacuation. There's a bunch of just like ships have come to try and save us. So yeah, there's some that are flying across the sky, probably going to land sometime soon to try and save us, and then there's also some other ships that have already landed, ready for people to go in to be evacuated, I guess. And also the text above the shop, it says, "Evac arrived, please board, no rushing." Evac obviously short for evacuation. And also, going back to the message that was about the XP and the Galaxites Birthday whole thing, at the end of that it said, "Please be ready to be evacuated." So it looks like we're going to be evacuated from the current hub to somewhere safer. But does that mean that in season 4, which is going to be the 1st of July, does that mean we're going to have a completely new hub? We're going to be taken to somewhere new? Or maybe, I don't know. At the end of season 2, it looked like we were going to be taken somewhere else, so I did think it potentially would have a new hub in season 3, and we did. But are we going to get a completely new hub for the next season? I don't know. Maybe Orby is going to like put out all the magma and save us, so we don't have to be evacuated. But it looks like that Boron City is preparing to be evacuated. So there are a lot of other little changes that have happened in the hub that might have some sort of clues about season 4 and what might happen. But I've just talked about the things that I think are the most significant, the things that I think are going to tell us the most about what's going to happen. But yeah, just letting you know there are some other little changes that have happened that might have some sort of clues. But there is one last thing I want to go back to and talk about, and that is the text above the shop. Because at the end of it, it says, "No rushing." And the word rush is one that we've heard quite a lot like towards the end of season 3. Because a few weeks ago, the text above the shop said, "Let's not rush into this." And also a couple of weeks ago in the changelogs, it said, "We don't want to rush into season 4." So that word rush we've heard quite a lot, and I think that is some sort of clue, but I don't know what the clue is for. I think it might be something to do with like season 4 and the game in season 4. Maybe it might have something to do with rush, like rushing, going fast. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it might have the word rush in the name of it. But yeah, that's just sort of my ideas. But it's also sort of referring to the evacuation. So maybe it's saying, we don't want to rush into the evacuation. Maybe Orby will be able to save the hub and we'll be able to stay there. So yeah, that's just sort of my ideas of what I think the meaning of like the repetition of rush means, but yeah, that just letting you know that word rush, I think it is some sort of clue. So before the video ends, I just want to quickly talk about how, like, yeah, it's less than a week until Season 4 comes out. It's coming out on the 1st of July, so that means that the next episode of Twig will be about the Season 4 update. So yeah, I'm really excited for Season 4. I can't wait to see what the Season 4 game is. And also, I want to know what all of the clues towards the end of Season 3 mean. Like, what is the significance to do with Season 4? So, yeah, I'm really excited for it. And, yeah. So, that's it for this episode of Twig. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. And also, if you've not already, please subscribe, because it really helps me out. And it also means you won't miss any future episodes of this series. Also, you should definitely go and check me out on Twitch because the streams are really fun, and I'm also probably going to be streaming my live reaction to Season 4 when that comes out. So, yeah, the link will be in the description. So, yeah,